Hi web leaders. So this month is your very last lesson for the sixth graders in their morning advisories, and I'm pretty excited about it. I think you're going to be excited too. So this week you're going to be meeting with them on Thursday and Friday, and the first day that you come in, it's going to be the usual thing. You're going to come in as early as possible, either 7:40 or 7:50 or what have you, but before the bell rings so that you can be with them and spend time with them. It's been a while since you last saw them, so it'll be really nice to kind of connect with them again. Make sure you're in the morning advisory instead of in the hallways talking with each other. So anyway, usual setup. Once the bell rings, you'll be listening to the morning announcements and making sure you're modeling how we listen to the morning announcements, and then you'll start your lesson. So as we begin the lesson, what you're going to notice is that it's the same lesson that you all did just a few years ago. So the sixth graders are going to be writing a letter to themselves, and they're going to be thinking about themselves as sixth graders, but they're going to be writing as if they're, thinking about their eighth grade year and their middle school years, sixth, seventh, and eighth grade. So it'll be a fun thing for them to do. So on the first day, what we really want you to do is talk with them about the activity, introduce it, and then have them consider the pieces to consider questions. So you're going to have those questions both on the letter themselves, but also in your lesson plan. So make sure to take a look and review the pieces to consider and talk with them, talk it through with them, those various pieces. Really have this first day as a thinking day. I mean, maybe at the end of the lesson they'll be writing, but for the most part they're planning their letter, they're thinking about their letter and what they're going to say in that letter. So have them consider it. Maybe they jot a few notes down, but then make sure to hand them the handout, which is the actual letter form. And then at that point, if they're ready to start writing, they can, but let them know that they've got 2 days, both Thursday as well as Friday, to write the letter. Once they finish whatever thoughts they might have written down, or maybe finish the notes that they started at the end of the MA period, make sure that they fold their paper in thirds, and then make sure that they are writing their name on the outside of the paper. The reason why that's important is because you don't want to be opening up these letters and having to see whose letter is whose. You want this letter to be really confidential. You want them to know that only their eyes will see these letters, no other person's eyes will see it. So make sure that when they fold it in thirds, that they write their name on it and put it back into your bag, and make sure that your bag is in a really safe place where no one can get to it during the day. So that's your first day. The second day is relatively easy. That Friday is more writing. It's writing. Maybe they didn't start writing, but they're going to go ahead and start writing and finishing up that letter. They should have a finished letter by the end of the period, by the end of MA. And when they have finished, they're going to go ahead and fold it in thirds again. And this time they're actually going to put their letter into an envelope. And that envelope is going to be sealed by them, and also make sure that they are writing both their first name and last name. This is very important, so let me repeat it. Both their first name and last name on the envelope. It will make things a lot easier when we're giving these letters back to them when they're in 8th grade. So once you have the envelope sealed with their first and last names on them, then collect them back, put them back into your supply bag, and make sure that that the supply bag gets back to either Mr. Jones, Mrs. Paulus, or in the box in the main office. And you want to make sure that all the letters are in there, plus the supply bag itself. So As soon as the bell rings, you're gonna make sure to say goodbye to them. This will be the last time you'll see them in an academic setting, and so make sure you're saying goodbye to them, high fives and smiles and all of that. And then there we are, that's the lesson. So hope you enjoy the lesson, especially since you've gone through it before, and we'll see you all later.